What's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. Today's the 10th of November, 2017. Jemima Puddle Duck has the wrench. New Jersey Jeep Girl has the wrench. And somebody else has one. Let me see if I can find you. I probably can't. I can't. So there's that. Lynn Flat Earth has the wrench. My bad. Broken Reality, the earth for what it is. Truth 916, God is good all the time. Indeed. Apollius. Cindy Rose, Just Truth 916. Did I just say that? Chevs 710. Wow, it just jumped to 200. Oh, whatever. Whatever. God is good all the time. Happy Veterans Day to my fellow vets. Indeed. I think that as well. Lisa Gunt. Comos Blump 555. There we go. We got 2 thumbs down. Perfect. Perfect. Clearly, you know, good people. And really, dude, you're gonna keep going on with that, Big Blue? Here's a thought. Drop the subject, okay? That's what a timeout should tell you. But of course, we have to keep going with that. At any rate, Tree Hugger. Nick C. Brian Tucker, Magnum Force, Mopar. No doubt. Mac Bolin. Comos must go. I don't know how to say that. PlayStation. Adrian Martin, Mark Anthony Stringfellow, and the chat just started rolling. All right. At any rate, here we go. Let me refresh because my screen is frozen. I look like a jackass. I need a haircut. That's why I'm wearing a hat. So there's that. The guy that I go to cut my hair lives 50 miles away, and it's the only person I'll go to. Every time I go there, the place is loaded. So there's that. Not that my haircut's too complicated, but who cares? At any rate, I wear a hat. All right, there's that. I will be 50 years old in 17 days. How creepy is that? And I have this funny feeling that that time's not even going to come. So I don't know what that means. Whatever. Okay. Let me see if I can screen share right quick. Application window. Let's try this. See if that works. That's not it. Okay, let's try this one more time. Sorry, folks. The park's closed. The moose out front should have told you. Your entire screen, application window, share. Okay, this should share, I think. Let me see. Let me see. Is it sharing? Am I screen sharing? Oh my God, this sucks. There it is. There it is. All right, cool. Check this out. Where is it? Where is it? The cops kicked down a door at somebody's house after it. I'm going to guess this is in the United Kingdom because it says kick down music fans flat after he's not even home. This guy's not home. Oliver Haberstroh's door was broken down by irate cops, after neighbors complained about deafening music blasting from his Hamburg flat. So I'm going to guess this is in Germany. The problem is this dude wasn't home at all, and it was his Alexa. His Alexa speaker was doing it while he wasn't home. Now, that might sound like nothing to you, but my parents have one, and they love this thing. And this thing is constantly listening. Constantly listening. I've said some of the most unbelievably random things, and then within minutes, it pops up on the computer screen. Stuff that, it's not mainstream. You guys know how I talk. I'm random. It pops right up. So what if everybody that has one of these things, while they're not home, it starts blaring music, which causes the police to come kick down your door? You see what I'm saying? You see how this is working out already? It might seem trivial, but it's not. It's a thing. And if you have one of these things, I'm going to guess most of my subscribers don't have one of these things. If you have one of these things, get rid of it, okay? Because it's dumb. If you have the urge to say, Alexa, set a timer, because you can't figure out how to, come on, man. How lazy are people going to get? But that's exactly where we're at. So there is that. Moving on. Here we go again. One of my subscribers, actually maybe more than one of them, sent me a email and said, dude, I'm going to make a prediction right now. If they say, okay, my computer's freezing up. Shocking, huh? Shocking. Are you shitting me? He made a prediction and said, if they suddenly decide to demolish the Southern Baptist Church, you'll know it was a staged event. Well, I put that video up yesterday. All right, I'm just going to get rid of this screen because it's not working. I'm going to get rid of this one too. Going to get rid of that one too. All right, see if I can open this up. The Texas church is going to be demolished. Now, I put this video up yesterday, and here's the church behind. Like, seriously? We already had one of my subscribers, Undertaker, walk right up to this church, basically, and there was no bullet holes, man. There's no nothing. They told us that this guy walked in, and he just completely sprayed this place. And yet, when you look at it, there's nothing there. You see what I'm saying? And now suddenly they're going to demolish it. But before they demolish it, and I mean, apparently the 26 people were killed, right? That's the story, exactly like in Connecticut. 26 people were killed, but the crime scene has already finished up, and they're in there fixing it up already. So sawdust is flying, circular saws are running, they're painting over everything. In this incredibly short amount of time, the crime scene investigation is already done. They're fixing it up so they can demolish it. Tell me how many things are wrong with that. Why am I bringing this up? Why am I even talking about this at all? Because I believe they're pulling these events over and over and over and over again to see how much work, how much time and effort do they have to put into this? Are the American sheeple even watching? And I'm going to have to say the answer is no. Let alone the fact that they're doing these because every time they put one up, 1,000 people rip into it right away. They show all the holes. They show the man behind the curtain. So they do another one. They're keeping people jumping from event to event to event to event. You see what I'm saying? 750 people are watching, 200 thumbs up. This is my backup channel. Do me a solid, will you? Give me a thumbs up so we can get some more people to this channel before my main channel comes down. I went off-roading with a couple of other YouTube channels. Now, these channels were tiny channels, tiny channels. They had the opportunity to videotape me and put this up on their channel. I mirrored imagery off of their channel of my vehicle, and one of these dudes that texts me all the time, that's on Instagram with me all the time, gave me a copyright strike takedown notice on my Jailbreak Overland channel. And then he's trying to tell me, oh yeah, it's nothing personal. Do you understand that unless your information is copywritten, it's not copywritten, it's fair use. This dude gave me a takedown notice. So that's why I couldn't do the giveaway of the first aid bag. I'm going to do that on the main channel today because I went to my channel the other day after typing in all 535 people that said I'm in. I had to do that manually. I went through all this. I go to my channel to put the video up, and I have a takedown notice strike because a quote-unquote friend, a fellow YouTuber, decided to give me a takedown notice. Now, bear in mind, this is a guy who I was going to put up on my main channel with 150,000 subscribers or one of my backup channels with over 20,000 subscribers and actually give him a real audience. And the other guy has a daughter who has autism. These people are piss poor broke. So you know what I did for him? I went to every single contact that I had and actually got funding for him and his daughter through these autism foundations because I don't dig this. Autism and Alzheimer's are directly related to chemtrailing, period. So it's kind of close to my heart. And these guys do this to me. So it leads me to believe that these people, this was some sort of a trap because when you have your own friends hitting you with a copyright strike instead of simply texting you, there's a problem. So there's that. At any rate, that's enough of that. Congress is hearing ideas on how to brighten the clouds. You see, this is what they're doing. They know that there's too much heat, no pun intended, on Operation Solar Shield 2017. You go to Twitter and start typing in, "we do not consent," it finally auto finishes it when you get to the D, which means it's gone worldwide. Now, a lot of channels stood up for me in the scheme of things, stood up for me when my main channel went down, and that's awesome. But a lot of channels didn't. Now, there's a lot of channels that literally half their audience came from my channel because I kept talking about them, putting links up, because that's what you do. That's what this community is. What's really bumming me out is why aren't other channels running with "we do not consent"? Because they didn't think of it? We shouldn't be doing that. Everybody should point all their subscribers, all of them, 400,000 subs, 100,000 subs, 50,000 subs, point them at "we do not consent." Who cares where it came from? Keep it running, because at some point it's finally going to go viral, and then maybe a couple few 100,000 sleeping sheep will wake up. You see what I'm saying? At any rate, because these guys are coming out everywhere. These kind of things where, oh, we should spray the sky because it'll be helpful, and they always wrap it in, we're concerned that governments will decide to spray the sky because it's easier instead of worrying about, throttling back on CO2 emissions. This entire narrative is bullshit. These guys have been spraying the skies for decades, and now, for whatever reason, it's showing up everywhere. I never thought I'd see the day where this was all coming out absolutely everywhere. They're talking about reducing global warming when global warming isn't a real thing. The erratic weather, the trees, the plants being burned like they were under a magnifying glass all over the Northeast, snow 10 feet deep, hurricanes and tornadoes showing up in places they shouldn't be whatsoever at all. It's got nothing to do with the carbon emissions. It's these asshats filling the skies with whatever they're filling the skies with, and then filling it with frequencies is what's causing the weather. Period. This right here, I know a lot of people see it as a good thing, and it probably is. But we need to remember one thing. This is to distract all the sheeple. What are they distracting us from? What is all of this suddenly coming out in a huge avalanche for? Because they're getting ready. Iran is still on the table. Saudi Arabia is ordering people back. Do you see what I mean? These guys are getting ready to pull some sort of a great big crazy World War III, we need to take out Iran thing, and they need to keep everybody watching all these stupid staged events where people are getting shot, and the next day they're painting the houses, and a couple of days later they're demolishing it, and then suddenly all these people are going down. If this is legit, that's phenomenal, awesome. But in my opinion, this is one of their bait and switch things, smoke and mirrors. You know what I'm saying? At any rate, we jump in the chat again. Almost 1,000 people watching. That is amazing. Amazing for a backup channel. Absolutely amazing. You guys don't even know. You don't even know how much I appreciate this. This is amazing. Thank you, William S. We do not consent. When I bitch about that, where other channels haven't picked up the ball and run with it, a couple have, but not enough. We do not consent. If we're going to get to these people, if we're truly trying to wake up others, we need to stick together on one front. Not I do not consent, not we shouldn't consent. We do not consent. It's very straightforward. It's very easy, and it's already got a head of steam. So we need to run with it. We need to get to these people on their platform. Does YouTube suck? Absolutely. But YouTube is where everybody goes. If you're really trying to wake people up, you need to go where sleeping people are. Do you see what I'm saying? BidMe, Minds.com, all these other platforms are great for backups, but it's not where the people that are asleep are. And that's that. I pray every night for God to give the people that need to find their way back to Him the ability to do so, no matter what gets them there before time runs out. That's a fact. So there's that. Pay attention to this one, because Homeland Security is suddenly, there's a bulletin out warning about weaponized drones and threat to aviation. This threat bulletin went out on 11/9/2017 at 7:33 p.m. That's a scary one right there, because that's them telling us what they have planned. Basically, they might be getting ready to do something enormous. It's been a long time. I don't consider the incident, activity, whatever it was that happened in Las Vegas to be comparable to 9/11 whatsoever at all. 9/11 changed the world. And that's exactly what they planned on doing. 9/11 changed the world. Vegas didn't change the world. You see what I'm saying? This stuff right here worries me. Weaponized drones. Oh, there's another one. These two tie together because U.S. and Congolese, the guys out in Africa, are tracking a virus at a time when a deadly disease can cross the globe. They need to understand the mystery. So, of course, this isn't the people digging up their dead relatives from 30 years ago and getting the plague and then wondering why. That's not a mystery to me. Don't dig up your dead relatives and then parade them around and then wonder why you got sick. All right, that's an easy one. This is monkeypox. Along a narrow, winding river, a team of American scientists are traveling deep into the Congo to figure out why this disease is here. Well, here's an idea. If there's a disease in the middle of the jungle, don't go there. Don't send people from America there to poke it. You see what I'm saying? Didn't we see this before, where they went across the country and then they came back and they brought the disease with them? I mean, come on, man. It's simple. It's all bullshit. I can't help but notice that the beautiful blue skies, as above, so below, being reflected down here, these aren't the skies we have anymore, so I don't know where this is. But the fact that they're putting this meme out is worrisome. It's something to be aware of. That's all there is to it. There's no fair point here. This shit is happening every time we turn around. I mean, this is just the news today, okay? People got killed in Texas. Drones are going to be filled with weapons pretty soon. Everybody in Hollywood's having sex with everybody else, and then everybody's telling, you see what I mean? This is the world we live in right now. This is not normal. All of this is fueled by the mainstream media that absolutely hates people like me and people like everyone else on YouTube for the most part, which is why they're censoring the living shit out of us. Do you see what I'm saying? This is crazy. This is the news. And so many people like, what's today's conspiracy? If you still have that mindset, if you still haven't figured out what's going on, I just don't know what to tell you, man. I just don't know what to tell you. I don't write these news articles. This is absolute bullshit. I literally just travel back and forth across the country. Everybody's cool. Everything's great. Nobody's attacking anybody else. Nobody's doing anything wrong. If you look at all the incidents that you see in the news these days, who's behind it? Every single solitary time. It's about time that we got rid of these people, but how do you do it? Seriously. They've wrapped themselves with Secret Service guys. They've wrapped themselves with the militaries, and then they've wrapped themselves with the police department. I know there's a lot of cops and military guys that follow my channel. I know for a fact because you email me, and I understand you can't comment. It's all good. But when is enough going to be enough? Are we going to ride this barrel right over the falls? Because it's coming. It's coming. All these nonsensical, attention-grabbing shootings and events that are going on a guy rented a truck. It just happened to have 911 on it, and he ran over a bunch of people. Exactly like everybody said. I mean, when you can predict these things basically to a day's time out, something's up. When is enough going to be enough? The country is coming apart at the seams. The rest of the world is looking at us going, why isn't the population standing up to these government assholes that are bombing the living shit out of the rest of the country for a thing that they did in the first place? We're going to have to answer for that. Silence is consent. The reason they're constantly showing us memes like this is to see what we'll do. If not enough people stand up, then they run with it. And that's all there is to it. You really, seriously, honestly think that there was a shooting on Sunday and by Thursday they've already fixed the building back up, remodeled it so they can rip it down? That is bullshit. A great big steaming pile of bullshit, and it's made to be obvious. And I got subscribers. My postman says he knows people. I hear you. I hear you. But you know what? The town that's in, Undertaker himself told me, it's in the middle of nowhere. The town basically consists of the church, a gas station, and a few houses. You don't think they could buy out that town? You don't think they could pressure people? You know what I'm saying? They did the entire thing in Connecticut, the whole entire town. To this day, if you go there, the minute you cross the border and drive into Connecticut, you're getting pulled over because the police officers receive millions of dollars. Why in the world would cops get millions of dollars from the government because someone allegedly shot people? That doesn't make any sense. And yet people let it slide. People let it go. Not everybody, but enough. We need to crack the majority. We need to wake the 100th monkey in order for this entire thing to break wide open. I know, it's great. It's great. Corey Feldman's telling people stuff. There you go. That's great. But I can't help but notice that it's a distraction from something bigger. Meanwhile, in the Middle East, they are sharpening their swords up. Saudi Arabia is getting ready. You think it was a coincidence that Saudi Arabia is the one that granted citizenship to a female, quote unquote, AI robot? You know what I'm saying? Things are getting ready. There's a reason a robot got human rights, and it wasn't just for public relations, man. Things are getting ugly. Things are getting hectic. Indeed. Adrian Rodriguez said, we do not consent. Indeed. Susan Panzarella, John Sift, Yoda's Rule, Undertaker. What's up, brother? Like they spent exactly. I was just talking about that the other day. Like they spent $3.5 billion paying off mortgages in Connecticut. And then if you look into the housing, how many people in Connecticut that were affected by this tragedy got their houses for $1 on Christmas Eve? What does that even mean? Seriously, where is mainstream? Where are the reporters? The reporters got a great big wake-up call when they watched another reporter suddenly walk down the street and have a heart attack. And then another reporter's car exploded and then crashed, and his engine landed 300 feet away. That's what happened to reporters. If you're a reporter or you know someone that's a reporter, stand up. Because look what's happening to people like myself and so many other channels. They're trying to shut us up. Why? Why would they even care? If the stuff that we were saying wasn't true, they wouldn't give a shit. And yet, it's constant. It's absolutely constant. Never-ending harassment, censorship, channel gets taken down, people get unsubscribed. I'm literally watching Richie from Boston main channel. I went from 45 million views. I'm down below 39 million. So my channel's been shut down, basically. I can't upload. I can't do anything on it. And my views are going backwards. That's queer. That's strange, right? That's very unusual. I've got more subscribers on it, even though I can't upload. But now my views are at 39,305,000. You see what I'm saying? So my views are going backwards, magically. But there's nothing to see here, folks. This is just all conspiracy theorists. We're all wearing our aluminum hats. Well, let me give you a little hint. Let me give you a secret. Let me let you guys in on a little joke. Every single solitary one of us are wearing an aluminum hat. And it's also sprinkled with barium and strontium. And not only are we wearing it, we're breathing it. We're loaded with it. We are walking, talking, squawking, that rhymed, antennas. Why do you think that is? Why do you think they plan on putting up more than, I don't know the exact number, but it's over 10,000 more cell phone towers in California alone? The number's actually like 5 times that. Why do you think that is? Do you see what I'm saying? How many, I mean, think about that. 10,000 for every square mile. Think about that. That's off the hook. A lot of people think that 5G is on its way. 5G is all around us. 5G is all around us, and and people have already logged into it. People have already shown it on their computers. You see what I'm saying? This is really, really, really bad. And I can't help but notice the lack of effort that they're putting into these ridiculous events that keep happening over and over and over. They're just a litmus test. They just want to see how many people are paying attention. They just need to see how many people they need to shut up. You know what I mean? I got their attention one way or another. I can't exactly put a finger on it. It's hard to tell. Was it because I said I was a targeted individual? Was it because I ended up on the news? Or was it because we do not consent? Did Harvard University finally hit them up and say, hey, shut this kid down? They just didn't see the backlash that was coming. So they put my main channel up. They told me straight up that after reviewing, you did not violate any community guidelines. And yet I still have 4 community guideline strikes. Even though they straight up said, we reviewed it, you did not violate. They're still right there. You see what I'm saying? So there's that, at any rate. Let me jump in the chat one more time, and then I am out of here. I just wanted to say those few things. So there's that. Sue Panzarella, warrior for Yeshua. Bartholomeus, yeah, I don't know how to say that, dude. 1,224 people watching. That's phenomenal. Yeah, that's a gross name. I'm not going to read that. Sorry, dude. You know who you are. I'm not reading that. It sounds like Harvard. I mean, really, can you believe that Harvard's having a class on the joys of anal sex? I mean, come on, man. Come on. At any rate, big shout from Austria, from Lowrider. Nice. Angel Dust. That's nice. Philip Locke. Nelson. Tommy. Arsenal Royale. Cron Burgundy. Excuse me. F Money. Brendan, coffee makes me burp for some reason, especially when I start getting all worked up. Debbie R. Time Q Celador. I think I said that right. I don't know. Federico Vitali. Jeremy Pullinger. Indeed. Ryan Vegas. Indeed. The most happy. Indeed. APO Phenia. Use we do not consent every time you post anything on social media. Make them notice. Make them censor us. I can't believe I just said that. That's dumb. I have quote unquote friends hitting me up. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but that's all right. That's all right. Yeah, I don't know who that is. At any rate. All right, guys, like, share, subscribe, or don't. I am out.